everyone, thanks for joining today. I'm Jami Gordon. I help people with selling and buying homes in Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, and the surrounding areas. As you know, we're in the middle of a remodel. We don't have a ton to show, so there's been a few different delays, which, you know, such is life. But today's topic is actually 5 things that I would like to share with people that are thinking about moving to the country. And these are, some of them are common sense and some of them are things that a lot of people just don't think about. So first, I would say is there are a ton of bugs and different type of pests, rodents, when you move into an area where you're surrounded by cornfields or trees and such. For example, the first couple times my husband mowed, there were tons of snakes. He said one time he was mowing and he saw 6 snakes and managed to catch 3 of them. So we're down a few. Within the first week that we were here, we had a mouse in the house, and my dog is not a mouser, so he didn't even really see it run across the floor. So my 6-year-old and I caught it in a mason jar. So I'm not scared of mice. They don't really creep me out. I just don't want them in my house ruining things, because I've had that happen before. The next thing is expectations for having a clean house. If you don't like to clean and like to have a clean house, you got something coming for you. There's always dirt, dust. If you live close to a gravel road, there's always dust. It's not a bad thing. It's just something to be aware of, that you're always cleaning if you want the house to be clean, or you just lower your expectations to know that it's not going to always be clean in your house. And one thing I didn't realize was how different our bedtimes would be, that we stay up much later. There's always something to do. So it seems like when the kids get home or we finish our day off of work, we're coming home, there's always sticks to pick up, always yard work. But the yard that we're managing, there was an older gentleman that lived here, and he lived here for several years as he was aging, so he didn't have a lot of time and energy and strength to do the yard work. So we just have some things to catch up on. It's probably going to take a few years to get there, and we just have to understand that and work it into each night. So the kids are definitely going to bed later, and I'm getting up later in some mornings as well, just because I'm completely exhausted. Next, I would say that your daily expenses are generally less expensive. Okay, so because you're not paying a water bill, you're not paying for sewage, but keep in mind that you have to have a savings account, because these things will go bad in time. So, and they're very, very expensive to repair. So instead of paying your, our water bill is like $100, we have to put that $100 aside, knowing that someday we're going to need that. So the average cost of digging a well can be like $12,000 to $20,000, depending on how deep they have to dig, and that's just in this general area. For septic, we are looking at having to replace our septic at some time, because we know it's old and it's outdated, and we'd like to expand our house. And when you do that, you do need to update that septic. So the more bedrooms you have, the bigger the septic system you need to have. So septic systems can be from $8,000 to $18,000. Lots, again, that's a big expense. My cat's tail here. She decided to come visit. And when we first moved in, there was actually a well line that was leaking. So we had to replace that right in the beginning. So smacked with $470 expense right in the beginning. The next thing would be the very positive thing. So it's the joy that you get just by the nature that surrounds you. I would say it definitely outweighs everything else. It's just so beautiful out here, and I absolutely love it. The birds are always following me around. I have a toad that decided to make its home in one of my flower pots. We have farm cats that joined us shortly after we moved in, and one of them was pregnant, so we were blessed with kittens a couple weeks after moving in. And it brings a lot of joy. We've had a lot of smiles, laughter, a lot of hard work, but man, it is a wonderful place to live. So I hope you learned a thing or two today, and have a blessed afternoon. Stay cool out there.